Wisdom Wednesday. I am Anel Lee, your host, bringing you raw and authentic wisdom. My apologies for not posting yesterday, but if I would have recorded, y'all would not have understood me. My jaw was throbbing, it was in so much pain due to my tooth extraction, but I'm bringing you the wisdom anyway this week. And today I will be discussing the 3 reasons why having emotional support when establishing boundaries, because we all know this is not an easy thing and we all need support throughout this journey. Having community, having your go-to people is so important. So the 3 major reasons why I found it to be helpful is because 1, we all need emotional support. 2, we all need guidance from someone else or someone else's perspective. And 3, it would serve us to have accountability. Let's dive in to the first one, emotional support. As a woman of color, I was taught that we had to be strong, that I had this belief that I had to do life alone, that I had to problem solve alone, and that is so far from the truth. We are not meant to do life alone. It serves us to lean on other people, and it even says in the Bible, lean not on our own understanding, right? Most of the time, I do lean on God, and other times I don't just lean on God. I also have a community. Although, yes, God is my main source, I have a community of like-minded individuals who I lean on for emotional support. When sometimes the load gets too heavy, I call and I vent and I cry. I also call to share excitement. Anytime I have this big, intense, overwhelming emotion, I have my tribe. I have my community. I have people that I lean on top of, yes, bringing it to God, praying, and having my spiritual advisors, my spiritual counselors, and having those individuals who I trust, who I lean on for that emotional support. Because again, we're not meant to do life alone. Second, having someone else's guidance or someone else's perspective is so key. And I'm going to tell you why. This past weekend, I was overwhelmed. I had a lot of things coming at me all at once. So I called one of my friends who has been a dear friend for many, many years. And I called her and I was venting because I wanted a sound mind. I wanted a sounding board to bounce off. And having her guidance was such a blessing. And having her perspective allowed me to see that situation from a different perspective. So when I was mentioning to her my issue, because I called with 3 issues, I said, I have 3 issues that I want to discuss with you today. So number 1, number 2, number 3. So I started venting to her, and when I was expressing my emotions to her, she said to me something that I already knew, but that in that instance I failed to see, which is why having that emotional support, that sounding board is so important, because sometimes we get so stuck in our ways. And remember, the way we see things is based off our experiences, based off our beliefs. So when you have that other person looking from the outside looking in, it's a lot different. So I was very thankful to them, and I felt so good and energized to be able to tackle on the issues that I had, because I leaned on my tribe for emotional support, because I leaned on them for guidance and for a different perspective. And lastly, accountability. Years ago, when I began my healing journey, it was so important for me to lean on my tribe, to lean on emotional support for accountability, because it's easy for me to say I'm going to do something and then not do it, because who's going to know? Who's going to know that I committed to doing it if I don't say it out loud? And then secondly, who's going to hold me accountable if I don't give them permission to hold me accountable? Example, I have a friend who now I on a weekly basis talk to her and I say, this is something that I am committed to doing. Please hold me accountable. Please send me a message if you don't hear from me. Please remind me if I say I'm going to post and I don't post. Send me a kind reminder. I give you permission to call me out, even holding me accountable when I am not being in integrity. I have someone who holds me accountable. I have coaches, I have therapists, I have friends who hold me accountable. So, friends, it is so important for you to have your community, to have that tribe of like-minded people, because not only does it serve you, it also gives you a sense of belonging. We are meant to have connection. We are meant to have a sense of belonging. So find you a community who have similar interests, who have similar values, who have similar backgrounds, because that will increase your sense of belonging and decrease your sense of loneliness. So let's recap 3 reasons why it's important to have community, or the benefits of community, the benefits of having a tribe, the benefits of having a tribe. Number 1, they will give you emotional support. Number 2, they will give you guidance and a different perspective. And number 3, they will help keep you accountable. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to turn your notification settings on so you could be notified when I post my videos. And like the video if you liked it. And please, if you found this beneficial, share it with somebody who you think may also benefit from it. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all next week.